Hi everybody, it's Crystal here for Talk to Me Tuesday. It's been quite a while again. I have been working on a lot of stuff though. I finished quilting and binding this quilt that I have hanging behind me. I have another one to show you, but it's way too heavy to attach the way that I've attached this one. Anyway, it doesn't look it, but this is actually a Christmas quilt. It's a line of fabric called Cozy and Magical, maybe? Might be wrong. It's an art gallery from Maureen Cracknell, a couple years old. I happen to have a layer cake of it, and so Gudrun Erla was doing a quilt along, I'm gonna say in September or October, and this is the quilt that I made. I changed the pattern slightly. The pattern is called Kimberly, I think version 2.0 maybe. I made mine just a little bigger than hers was because I used 2 layer cakes, and you could make more blocks, so I just made enough to make it 6x7 as opposed to 6x6 or whatever it was the pattern called for. So you can't really tell, but the background is also all made of a layer cake, which was also from Art Gallery Fabrics, and it was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was all sort of like pale green fabrics. So I don't know, it worked well enough as a neutral for the background. It's a very subtle Christmas. There are Christmas things in the pictures. It's hard to, you won't be able to tell from a distance, but like there's little ball ornaments to hang on a tree. There's these little trees on this one. There are nutcrackers up here. This is kind of like a Fair Isle sweater or something like that. It's going to be a gift for my mom, so here's a view of the back. This is also a print from it. What I did for the quilting, I alternated on the blocks so that one will have like wishbones, and then the one next to it's just kind of like a big wavy line, and then it just literally just alternates those two in the prints. And then in the background I have a swirl hook and then a meander also alternating. I did make a few mistakes when I got close to the end, so there are some spots where there's like 4 of the same thing in a row, but literally nobody will ever notice it except for me. So this one is, I think, queen sized. It's one that I made for my dad, so I'm just going to show you the back right now. It's something from Ruby Star Society anyway. It's one of their wide back prints. It's a really nice material and really kind of perfect color for what I did. So the quilt that I made is actually a Meadowland quilt, and you won't be able to see very much of it, but I used, so for all the blocks I used all the fabrics from Libs Elliott's Tattooed North line, and then I just added assorted blues to add some more color. So Tattooed North was all in white, gray, black, a little bit of bronze. I made this slightly bigger than the pattern called for, again by adding some borders. I made the border wider on 2 of the sides so that it would help with the size a little bit. Yeah, I wish that I had pictures to show you, but I don't. I put in a wool batting. I don't know if that adds to the weight, but it makes it drape really nicely, and I quilted it extremely minimally. You won't be able to tell at all what I did, because all that I did was I did every stinking seam. So I went down this way, I went across that way, I went on an angle, this way and this way, and then I went in and finished the squares in the middle. So the only free motion in it is a tiny bit of rope down in the borders. The rest of it's just straight line quilting, and I used a walking foot. So some of the other things I've been doing of late, I had hoped to make a video maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the reason why I didn't is because on Tuesdays I've been going to a friend's house to do some pottery. So last year for Christmas I got us kits from a company called Sculpt. They basically sell like air dry pottery supplies like clay. I've been going to my friend's house to work on these for the last few weeks. So basically what we did is we each made 2 pots, and then we exchanged one of them. So this is the one that I made, and then the one of the 2 that I made that I kept. So you know, little octopus. It does have 8 legs if you were to count all the way around. Yeah, so that's this little guy. I have a little bit of video of the other one, which I did in red, so I'll try to include that here as well. So the faces on them are slightly different. This one has a smile, and the other one, if I got the video and you'll notice, is like a little mouth, which is because my friend thought that the way that the tentacles went up around his face made him look like he was going, oh. I think it's pretty cute. It's pretty mangled. If you tried to set a level on it, you know, it's on a real angle. This one was a pinch pot, and you know, my pinching wasn't so smooth, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's really cute. And then I only have, obviously, the one that my friend Christina made. So she did these little bees. And this is a different style of pot where you like roll it out and cut it and then form it together. I can't remember what that kind is called. She does a lot of like paper craft and has all those die cut things to, I don't know, cut paper, I guess. I don't know that much about paper craft. Anyway, she used some sort of die thing that she just like pressed into it to make the shape of the honeycomb, which I'm really hoping is showing up. And then she made these really super cute fat little bees. So some of the other things that I have been working on is I bought these little ornament kits from, who makes them? Kariki Press. I took pictures of these yesterday to put up on Instagram and realized that this one I stitched on the back side of the ornament. If you were to look at the front side, which is now under felt, it actually has like a wood grain print on it, and I did not realize. Some more little sewing projects for Christmas. These are gonna be for my female coworkers. My male coworker is literally just gonna get a gift card. I made them these little zipper pouches. So one of them's into purple. One of them's into green. And then the last one, I don't really know what color she's into, but she has a lot of color in her wardrobe. Her hair is usually some variety of pink and purple or pink and red or, you know, something two-tone. These are just my standard little zipper pouch. Nothing terribly special, but what's inside of them, little bracelets that I had. The friend that I did the pottery with does a lot of crafts, and one of the crafts she does is some jewelry making, so she made little bracelets for me. So there's the purple amethyst one, and then I think this is called dragon vein agate, also multicolored, as you can tell, hopefully. And then this last one is it's either some sort of green mica or it's a kind of jadeite. Christina thinks it's jadeite, but it was labeled as green mica. I don't know. Oh, I'll turn the camera around. I actually have on the wall some other quilt blocks that I've been working on. So these blocks are eventually going to be a charity quilt. They're using fabric from a line called True Kisses by Heather Bailey. And yeah, it's sort of a friendship block, friendship star block, but with the added sort of wreath around it. So it's actually a pattern from this book called Scrap Basket Knockouts. Anyway, there's a charity in Canada that makes quilts for survivors of residential schools. So I think I'm gonna make this and send this off to them. And then it occurs to me I also have a little clip of video to include of my bee blocks from November. So I'm just inserting a bit about some of my bee blocks. These ones were for my November recipient. She asked for trees of any sort in any kind of green, and I don't know, this is what I did. I kind of went improv-y. This is made with all 2.5-inch squares in assorted greens, and then I just cut it down. And then these ones, I started with just a strip of each color of green, and then I cut out one tree from it, and then using the leftovers cut out the other one. Yeah, that's all there is to show you with those. I think that should be it. I'm trying to remember if there was anything else, but I hope everybody has a really great Christmas and a very happy holidays, and I will be back sometime in the new year. Take care, everyone. Bye.